Hello, peeps. It's Founder Files, episode 9, where I shared scars, the lessons, and the unfiltered truths about finding a business and getting funded. This episode is about finding your numbers person. So, somewhere along the way, buried in numerous pitch decks, loads of different versions of different financial models, a few maybes, a few offers, I kind of realized something fundamental. You can't really do this alone. Sometimes you need a little bit of assistance, because try as you might, you've also got a business to run, and you can't let that down. You can't let that go. So it wasn't just hard keeping all those different versions of different models. It was kind of relentless, really, more than I ever thought, more than most people think. And if I think back, if we were going to survive the kind of the endless grind of investment and doing all of that number crunching, I need a proper crew to do it properly, and not look foolish. So the first piece of the puzzle was in place. Our guru, Elizabeth, tick. Someone with real insight, fantastic experience, amazing connections, and could unlock doors that I didn't even know existed. So that was box ticked. Next piece, though, was the numbers. Yes, I've got a background in accounting, but I know I can kind of handle a spreadsheet, as good as the next one. But between all the different forecasts, the different version of the different models, the investor metrics, new metrics, old metrics, change metrics, depending on how you measure them, monthly reporting, the packs, keeping everything up and going, I just didn't have the time or the headspace to keep all those plates spinning. So I really got to the point where I just needed someone who could own it, just to give myself headspace back then. Enter Neil at the time. He became our fractional CFO. He was hilarious, funny, calm, capable, quite brilliant in a lot of ways. Kind of guy who really enjoyed that kind of work, that financial modeling, sexy finance. He loved it. Not so much with me. Made, sense of the chaos with the stuff that I'd been working on and threw across, and a bit of swearing and some cups of tea later. It was all kind of starting to make sense. So suddenly, from nothing, I had the Holy Trinity. I had myself as kind of the visionary and driving what I was trying to achieve and the grand scheme of things. I had my matchmaker in Elizabeth, the guru, who was opening doors and reading the room for me, and making sure we were moving forward. And I have finally had Neil, who kept me and everyone in the numbers completely honest and as sharp as we could with what we had to work with, which was not an awful lot of time and money. So we had to make the best of the bad situation. That was it. Really, the team was in place at that point. I could finally at that point then I could zoom back a little bit, out of some of that detail and the focus I was having to give it, to focus more about leading the business, strengthening the culture and the team process, and keeping the investment train rolling and working with those amazing people that we'd got together. Because the truth is, ultimately, you can't really do it all alone, and you shouldn't have to. There are ways that don't have to break you to get to the end goal. So, lesson learned, the right numbers person. It's not just about keeping score. It's very much about giving your ideas clarity and giving you confidence, and the space to do what you have to do as a founder. And without that, you're kind of a little bit stuck in many places, but stuck in the weeds, and the weeds will strangle you. Takeaways for founders hiding in plain sight, if you're thinking about it: build the crew around you. Don't wait until you're drowning. So do what you can to build the crew to get you forward. It will propel you forward. You do need a bit of a numbers champion. Even if you know numbers yourself, trying to keep all that going along with everything else is sometimes a step too far. So a decent fractional part-time CFO even keeps your dreams alive. It keeps investors confident and allows you to take a step back from the detail. Focusing where you can add value is the thing that allows you the freedom to then do. That's important. That's it for episode 9 of the Founder Files, Real Scars and Real Lessons. I'll see you in the next one.